Hey, what's going on, coach? It's Lucas, and in today's video, we're talking about content creation for coaches and how to get an actual ROI or a return on the time and energy invested in actually creating content. How to get something in return for all of the effort you're putting into your content. Now, first thing I want to say is content is not the answer to everything. Content will not actually get you clients. I'm going to explain what I mean in a sec here, but far too often I see coaches pouring their souls, pouring their heart into creating content, and they're not getting a return on it. And they start, and I know because I went through this a long time ago, they start resenting the very people they want to serve. They start thinking that everyone's cheap, no one wants to buy, what's wrong with people? Do they not know how much I'm actually putting out? Does no one care? Or worst thing that you could start thinking, and this snowballs, is, well, maybe I'm not as good as I think I am. Maybe no one wants me. Maybe no one is listening. Maybe I suck. I know because I've been through all that, and chances are you may be going through that too. So first thing I'm going to say, there are two main parts of a coaching business. I say this all the time. There's lead generation, and there's the actual sales portion. So actually turning leads into clients, into sales, making money. There's really two portions. Now, to make this one run, attention is very important, but we need to convert that attention into leads. If we're creating content and we have no lead generation systems or anything installed, anything in place, the content will just fall on people's ears. They're gonna maybe think it's awesome, and then in a very fast-paced online world, they forget about you. They're on to the next piece of content and the next piece of content. And then it becomes a vicious battle for always creating more content to try to stay relevant. And that's gonna lead to exhaustion and probably to resentment of the same people you wanna serve. So first thing I wanna say is have a lead generation system. Once you have a lead generation system, something to turn attention, something to turn viewers, something to turn consumers into an actual lead, into like an email list, into some database, which email list is the best way to do it. Now you can start creating content. Now your content has a purpose. And in your videos, you can say, hey, check out lucasrubix.com/free for over 6, 8, 10, 20, 50, depending on what you have, resources to help you. Plus, that's a true link. You should check that out. You got to have your lead gen system in place. Then, once you're getting attention, once you're building leads, now the content plays kind of a double role because it's helping you attract attention and make leads or turn them into leads. And it's also helping you build a relationship over here. So now that you have an email list or a database or a Facebook group or whatever it is you're growing, now you can start pointing people to this content. You're sticking to one or two platforms. It's very relevant to your audience. You're making sure it's specific. You're making sure that you know your clients' pain points, that you're actually speaking and solving their actual problems. Now you're building a relationship. Now every week or 2 weeks when you're like, hey, I got some calls opening, or hey, check out this webinar, check out this masterclass, book a call. You don't want to just book a call. By the way, I got a video on that, on how to actually structure a book a call or a strategy call or a discovery call and what to name it. But either way, you get the point. Now you got leads and you got sales. You're building content, you're attracting leads, you're building your email list. Every once in a while, you're sending your email list to the content to build relationships. Every 4 or 5 pieces of content, like a 5-to-1 or 8-to-1 ratio, you're sending them to your sales page, to a book a call page, to your webinar, if you're doing a mass selling one-to-many type thing, and you're making sales. Now your content plays a purpose. Now it's helping you get found on YouTube or Google search, or I know we have a lot of stuff pop up because of the podcast and because of Medium. It gets popped up on Google search. A lot of our podcast episodes get searched. All of it now starts playing and building this web of content out there, and every piece of content is leading into something to generate a lead or generate a sale. Now your content plays a purpose. I'm not going to get into video or Instagram, or they all work. Every platform will work. Stay consistent, stay committed, make sure it's relevant, make sure you solve actual problems, make sure you're building relationships, making sure you're being authentic and you're having a little bit of fun with it, make sure you practice it. Make sure if you're doing video, you're doing a video every single day for 30 days to get actually used to being on camera. Study the craft, get better at it. All of that is standard. You've got to be doing that. But the fundamentals, the foundation, if you don't have a lead gen system built, I don't want you creating content unless you want to do it just to practice, but don't expect amazing results. The second you install a lead gen and a sales system, you can actually start monetizing. You can actually start seeing results on that kind. I truly hope that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. If a podcast episode or if something more in-depth would benefit you, then let me know. You can either let me know at Instagram, at lucasrubix on Instagram, or wherever you watch this video, Facebook or YouTube. You can post in the comments below and let me know you'd like to see a little more. And I'm totally down for getting into depth if there's a need on this. I've got a sales funnel podcast episode that dives into the details of how to actually create that lead gen and the sales funnel, or the systems, whatever you want to call it. It's really the same thing. So check that out. That's at lucasrubix.com/podcast. For anything else, at lucasrubix here or here. Truly hope that video served you, and we'll chat in a few days.